The Hebrew text in the Bible has hidden formats. By revealing these formats, I will prove the first writer's words were hidden from you. These formats look like poetry as I group them into small paragraphs. Their grouping will become known as a psalm, and together they become psalms. Let me show you our Creator's 12 commandments, listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. Any father of a family or his wife who did not obey any one of these 12 commandments, our Creator demanded they bring him a sin offering. Thus, our Creator defined the word sin as not obeying any one of these 12 commandments. Next, I want to show you how I changed one word in Exodus 26, verse 26, the word bars to arches, and the words now reveal the style of the roof for our Creator's tent for meeting with Him. Let me show you the translator's words from the preface of the 1611 King James Bible. They gave 4 reasons for themselves or others to edit the Bible's words. The red arrow at the top points to their 3rd reason to edit the text. By the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next red arrow down points to them giving the title, the Divine, to a clerk named Gregory. The next block of words, they point out they were happy that the first emperor of Rome established the year to the course of the sun. Behind this text means Nebuchadnezzar ordered his kingdom to follow our Creator's calendar when he stopped eating grass. Did you notice the letter S in sun is capitalized? This is to give respect to the Egyptian sun god Ra. Have you seen the Egyptian obelisk in the Vatican's front yard? The last arrow points to your reward for studying the Bible. Your reward is to have a fellowship with the saints and participation of a heavenly nature that will never fade away. There is no such thing as nature to a truthful Christian. Our Creator created everything. By their own words, they were not seeking to know our Creator or Jesus. Not everyone has the knowledge to correct every word. I have an old Bible program that has the New American Standard Bible 1977 concordance to help find a better word. Their concordance has the number of times they use that English word in a parenthesis for that Hebrew word. The translators removed his name, YHVH, to put in 2 titles, Lord and God. I replaced those titles using the letters Y and V as his name, for the Hebrew language does not have a J, O, or W. By using these 2 letters, I am closer to the truth than anyone using J, O, or W for his name. So why is there a single letter O in the Hebrew text 1,095 times? No proper English was used? The blue highlighted text is text that I am removing. The red highlighted words are little words that I'm adding. Gray italic words are words that I added. To respect and honor our Creator, all capital letters in purple are our Creator's words. This is Jesus' prophecy, for I am revealing the first writer's words to tell you the true truths about Jesus. As the text is revealed, you can taste the writer's style of wording. Their words will take your belief to trusting our Creator. You will be watching prophecy before your eyes as I edit true truths back into their psalms. Okay, this will be Haggai, and what I'm doing is trying to assemble from some of the prophets the actual text of their returning. So what I have done is already Zechariah and Ezra, and I'm going to post them up so you don't see me, but you get to see the format that I've already found in the story of what I've got so far. If the first writer's hidden formats. So what I do is I start like this with these things above, and I've already tried to speed this up by finding the shortest verses. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up Ezra right now, and now you can see the hidden format. The yellow text is pretty much things I still have in question of what needs to be done. But over on this side, in the second year, of Darius our king, on the first day of our 6th month. Now, why is it text is, why am I saying it's our month? Well, when Nebuchadnezzar woke up eating grass, you can see that he decided to go by our Creator's hidden form, or his days, or his year, calendar year. So, whoops, it seems I haven't set up a few things yet. Sorry about this. And bring it down. And this allows me to make sure that that works. Okay. And this works. As you've seen in the intro, there was many things that I tried to point out. And one of the ones was about how Nebuchadnezzar woke up eating grass and set up the calendar year by the way our Creator had set it up. Now, knowing that, I now know that these are what's true or what's not true. Okay, the word, not words, but these are from, and these are words. Our Creator spoke more than one word when he spoke. So these idiots don't know that. And I highlight all the text like this in all capital letters, meaning that they're from our Creator. And I use green if I'm just changing the text to another word, or not really important words. Important words, I'll show you how I do that. Or when I'm adding a letter. When I'm adding a word completely, I put it in red. Not came by, came from. Whoops, wrong stuff there. Came from, and I would say it's his prophet. Sometimes I note it as our prophet when they're talking about him in a conversation. But otherwise than that, I note it as our Creator's prophet. Now, words from Wyvie came from his prophet Haggai. Now, I usually try not to add a third major word. What you're seeing here is what I've got here is I've got like one major word, two major words for a verse. And the small ones I'm not really worried about. A lot of times these will be in the Hebrew text side where Strong's noted that they were most important words when he was trying to figure out what should be saved and what should not be saved. Although I don't know if he's a good guy or not. So right now, you can see I've got a king here, or his name here, the king here, first day, 6th month. But as you see here, I've got 1, 2, 3. Now that does happen, but I try not to make it that way. So what I'm going to try to do is say from his prophet Haggai to Daniel. Now, if you're looking at the text beside it, or on the right, you'll see that I've already decided that it's Daniel that was coming down from Babylon, because actually the time of the return, when you figure out, when you put all the text together, and I've been doing this a long time, our Creator's hidden format, which is more difficult to do, but it has repeatable steps. That took me probably 5-6 years to go through all the books, to say that these are the most important books, don't need the rest. But he has 3 or 4 different formats, but they all need 3 to 4 different rules that must be followed, and it makes it repeatable. Now, we know who Daniel is, but he is, in this text, he's the governor. He's returning as the governor for Israel, or how should I put this? The promised land is west of the Jordan River. Moses gave to 2.5 tribes on the east side of the Jordan River, but the promised land was the one that's most important, and this is where they're returning to. So it just wasn't over Judah. It would have been over all of Israel on that side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Israel. And when I put it as all capital letters, it means that's the nation Israel. When these are all capital letters bold in a small caps, that'll mean when Israel is a bad nation. But I've noted the text differently. So when you're reading the text pretty much helps you figure out who's who and if they're good guys or bad guys. That's my notes that I make that way in the text itself. And not governor of, but governor for. Now, if I go here and I see a 4-verse format, and you can see over on the right, if I'm still in Ezra, then you'll see that there's a 4-verse grouping. So that pretty much text is saying that it needs to be cut right here. Now, I can't remember which name. I'm thinking it's this name here. I should have brought that up. I will have that ready the next time, because I'm hoping to get through this and then try to reorder it and stick it into Ezra as you see it over here. I don't know if I've got Ezra with all the combination of Zechariah yet put together. So I will use this priest's name, and I'm pretty sure I've changed it, but to this guy's name. And they're saying he's the high priest, and it would be the highest priest, if anything, for the simple fact that they're going to have different priests at different times. Like when they start having synagogues at Jesus's time, those that are standing up and teaching the people are going to be their scribes, or what they called a priest, or maybe it was a teacher, but the object is I've used it as priest, because they have an authority that is special given to them at Jesus's time. So when they got back, they probably started this practice of having priests as their judges in their cities. That comes from the refuge city being assigned by our Creator. And I can see that there's something going on here. And it's almost like this should be our highest priest. The text already reflects who he is. So I'm just seeing that this verse here would be, and to our highest priest. And since these are both working for our Creator and they've been anointed to be a priest, makes them to our Creator. So I use them as acting for our Creator, so they're his possession. Now, I've got this removed because there's no such thing as of host. I've already explained that in other texts, but hosts, those that are editing the text today are sitting and meditating to have a sex with a so-called female goddess, and their belief at that time that these hosts were going to be the stars. So that's what it's talking about, stars, because they have the sun as the sun god Ra. And believe it or not, I can show you in the Psalms where they talk about our Creator creating, and they got him creating the moon and the stars, but not the sun. Okay. So, and I think it also says the sun is our God. So, but here I'm just going to tell you that they become these gods in heaven. That's what their belief is, that they become gods, which actually removes the definition of God, okay, as being the almightiest and can do everything, or has done everything. Saying, thus says Wyvie. Now I'm trying to put this into context here, as words from Wyvie came from his prophet. I'm going to change these words around so it reads better, and I'm going to put it here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say I'm moving. This is how I note that I'm moving the text. Wyvie says, this people says the time has not come. When it's a fuchsia colored word, that's the word they added in 1977. And they probably added maybe 6,000 to 8,000 words. And every few years they come out and add another 10,000 words. So they're adding words that are not correct. They're adding it to change what has been written by the first writers. As you can see how beautiful the text is on the right-hand side. Now, as people says, The time has not come for the house of Wyvie to be rebuilt. Now, this is not true, and I'm going to get rid of all of it. And why am I saying that? It's because Zechariah that I've already done, he's a prophet, and he is a prophet that's among the remnant. There was first Jeremiah at the end of Babylon, and he was still around. Now, their return comes 40 years after that they left as captives before they return. But Zechariah was, I think, the next prophet. And then I think even Haggai was another prophet in the land that I call that were with the remnant, the old, sick, and those that had hid themselves and weren't taken captives. So they were gathered together, and they had these two prophets. So in Zechariah, he is told that they're coming down to rebuild his house. So this is absolutely wrong, completely everything. Okay. Now, notice how chopped up it was that here they have it once that Haggai is talking to Daniel, the governor for Israel, who has come back into the land. And now it's going to start all over again here. But our Creator, when he says something, he gives an explanation, and there's no explanation here. And I'm just going to copy this. And I do that often because this needs to be corrected an awful lot of times. Came from his prophet. And usually it's not saying, he's prophesying. Our Creator prophesies. That's how you get the word prophet as well. Then words from Wyvie. I don't need the word, though, because I'm seeing this as a 3-verse and this is a 3-verse. I don't know if this is going to break into a 3-verse text or not. And a 3-verse would work that this is a statement, and these 2 verses speak what's up here, restating the statement. Came from Haggai, his prophet, saying. So now this is time for you yourselves to dwell in your paneled houses, while this house lies desolate. No, these words again are wrong, for the simple fact that we've already got text that says that they know they're coming. Well, this house is desolate, so this was not true. His prophecy when they were coming down and being captives. There's many words from Isaiah and Jeremiah, and I think there's another prophet in there as well. They all were saying that when the land is going to be desolate, that it's like a land for jackals to be around. So it meant that there was going to be, the cities were going to be desolate of people and get all worn down over the the time, and then he says then he'll call them back. So that we already know our Creator doesn't need to speak stupidly. You have sown much but harvest little. And this is just stupid speak. Our Creator would not speak these. Our Creator's other title besides Creator is Lord. And Lord is the provider, the one over the people. So, example, when he told them, if you keep obeying the 12 commandments, you will never have famines. You will always live in the land, and you will be able to pass this land down to your descendants. So this, he has been taking care of them. So this would not be correct at all. And so they got him starting to speak a second time. Now they're going to have him speak again. So I did this a few days ago, so I'm kind of now thinking that I've done this, and I think a lot of it's just going to be thrown out. So go up to the mountains. There is no mountains in Israel, so that's a lie. Bring wood and rebuild my temple. Our Creator knows it's not a temple. It's a house for meeting with him. And may it please be glorified.